Hello and welcome back to Hold My Popcorn, where we make fun of the good movies and trash the bad ones. I'm Max Healy over in Nashville, and in Boston we got Timmy Ginn. How are you, Timmy?
Doing good, Max. Celtics advance to the next round of playoffs. That's good. As far as I'm aware, the Red Sox have flown a plane into the abyss and have never been seen again. So that's good too. Yeah, that's about it.
Nice.
Yep.
All right. Well, also in the fiery hells of California, we got John Anoshak. How are you, John?
Well, I woke up the other day and it looked like Godzilla walked through the mountain range next door. That was fun. But really, I wanted to touch on, bring back how we were speaking about the Patriot Act so much in the last episode. And I'm pissed enough at you two fuckers for staying up to watch this movie. I am going to fucking Patriot Act the fuck out of both of you fucking cunts over this shit. I had to fucking lose sleep just to watch this. And no, we had to cancel. But you wait until you see what kind of books I'm taking out in your name. Just fucking wait. And it's going to be like a public library in Idaho, so you're fucked.
All right.
I'm fucking fine, Max. The world's on fire. What do you want from me?
Just the minimum. Just the minimum amount. That's what everybody's asking for everybody right now.
Everything's good enough for government work.
Yeah. All right, well, we are now into week 2 of our Summer of 9 to 5 series, where we pick a movie celebrating their 25th anniversary. And this week, we watched the highest-grossing film of 1995, in Die Hard with a Vengeance, directed by John McTiernan and starring Bruce Willis, Samuel L. Jackson, and Scar from The Lion King.
Jeremy Irons.
Jeremy Irons.
Is this last name really Irons?
In a weird tank top.
Jeremy Irons wearing a woman's medium crop top the entire movie.
Yeah. So do you know those like outfits that girls wear now, or it's kind of like it's almost like a one-piece bathing suit, but then they wear like shorts over it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what he was wearing.
He was definitely wearing women's clothing.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah. Well, he's a very European individual. He's very comfortable and confident in his sexuality. Yeah. He's just a little too wiry, though, to be showing off the guns. That's the thing. And I'm going to cover this later, but he has hair tentacles coming out of the back of his head. It's like a pseudo mullet that really gave me the chills.
Yeah, it is. It's something else. He talked. I read something about him. He's like, I don't know what I was thinking with that haircut. I was going through some shit.
He was experimenting with cocaine at the time. We all do it.
He's the David Bowie of villains.
Yeah, for sure.
Except David Bowie wouldn't have remembered actually filming the movie.
It's a David Bowie's more badass than he is.
I mean, if I was going to accept a sexual favor, I would go with Bowie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to answer that one.
Answer it, Max. Tell us how much you want to fuck David Bowie.
I don't know. It's tough, though, because then you got Jeremy Irons' voice, but then you got David Bowie singing to you. So it's like, which one to choose?
Well, I mean, we talked about Morgan Freeman, reading Shakespeare into women's vaginas. He could just, David Bowie could sing into our assholes.
It's true. But Jeremy Irons does own a castle.
What?
Oh, really?
Yeah. He renovated some 15th century castle in England, and that's what he lives in.
Oh my God, dude.
It's on an island. It's on a cliff island.
So he's the exact same character from The Watchmen.
Yeah, pretty much.
Basically.
Yes.
He's the same person in real life.
That's right. I already forgot that he was in that show.
He's so good at playing a creeper too. Like he walks into a room and starts talking, and you see paint peel. Children start crying. Like he's very creepy and slithery.
Come closer. Let me read to you. I gotta say though, I am a sucker for this movie. I've always loved this movie. I know it. There's a lot of big plot holes, but it's very well acted. I thought McTiernan did a really good job at directing. Like you feel like you're on the streets of New York, like in the middle of the action most of the time, and then you got Sam Jackson as the sidekick, and then Scar over talking on the phone most of the movie. So it's just like a perfect combo for me.
I love this movie. I have to say the one place they miss is with like special effects and just like action, like big sort of like stunt / action scenes, like that are just totally like they don't hold up. But like the acting and the plot and everything is great. I love it.
Yeah, I agree.
I was thoroughly confused watching this because I was angry that I was up super, super late watching it, but so happy that I was watching it at the same time. So I'm still confused. Yeah, still confused.
So I'll give you guys a little trivia fun at the top of the show. So they wrote several scripts for Die Hard 3, but Bruce Willis just kept on turning them down. One of them involved McClane fighting terrorists on a boat that he turned down because it was too similar to Under Siege, which, call back, check out our Under Siege episode.
Under Siege.
Yep.
How could it be too, like,
it would Die Hard on a boat.
No, I know, but like, the movie would have to be terrible in order to be similar to Under Siege.
Oh, it was definitely terrible because they turned the script into Speed 2.
Dude, yeah.
So, yeah.
If this boat goes under 2 knots, we're all gonna die.
Except Keanu didn't even show up for that one. But this movie was originally going to be a sequel to a Brandon Lee action film, Rapid Fire. It's going to be a sequel to that, where Lee and a black female from Harlem were going to like run all over the city, but then Lee died. So then Warner Brothers bought the rights and they rewrote it to be a Lethal Weapon sequel. And then Fox bought it and turned it into this movie with the director from the first Die Hard coming back to do it.
Oh, so that's why it gelled so well. Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's still it has a hint of it's a little playful, kind of like the first one too. You know, like it goes from very serious, someone getting their head blown off. You know, there's gonna be shit exploding, blah, 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 but it's still playful, and there's these little funny little things. It's cute actually.
It's a lot of little giggles throughout this movie while you're watching like action. I was laughing out loud throughout the entire movie.
Oh yeah. And especially just for Bruce Willis's facial expressions when he's doing something intense. That's what makes me live.
Yes.
I get up every day just for those, just like those faces.
Like he's trying to put a contacts in with his eyes, just bugging out. And he's about to sneeze at any time with his mouth, the way he's like making these weird frowns. I love it. Yeah. I love the John McClane face.
Oh my God, dude.
All right.
So I just want to say that if this movie, and it was a Lethal Weapon, I think that the first scene, the famous scene where he's walking around with the sign on him, it definitely would have played better with Mel Gibson, because that just would have been method acting for him.
Yeah. He would have been the Jewish section instead.
They wouldn't even had to like write it in the script. They could have just like caught him on a day off, and filmed them.
Should we get into it?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Cool. So you get the most explosive opening to any of the Die Hard movies when you get the sights and sounds of 1995 New York City in the summer when kablamo! And a big-ass bomb just wipes out a department store with cars going airborne all over the place.
They do not waste time.
I didn't understand. So they start this, with the happy-go-lucky music. You're looking at Manhattan, and then a car explodes. Why did they stop the music? That's just a normal day. New York. In 95, I mean, come on. Like from the 70s into the early 90s were fucking biblical in the level of shit going down in the streets. Like that was just normal. Welcome to New York.
This is a year removed from Dinkins.
Right. Only thing that was missing from that scene was Kenny Loggins playing in the background. Am I right?
People walking out, just blood coming out of their ears, crying.
Yep.
New York in the summer.
And then just like a swirling in goofy, like, Die Hard with a vengeance. A Caddyshack opening.
But like, next time that you go see my mother, Max, ask her about the first time my father took her to New York.
Oh,
Spoiler alert, she saw cars on the road on fire. The first time she went to New York. So, yeah, it's normal. Just keep the music going.
I know a guy he was a scalper in New York, and he literally had like $150,000 in cash on him at the time because he had sold a bunch of shit, and he was about to get jumped, so he punched a dude to get out of the way, and then he ran into the middle of the street of New York and got ran over by a cab, and the cab just kept on driving, and he got jumped and lost all of his money.
Yep, that sounds right.
New York, right? Yeah, and then he moved to New Hampshire after that. It's like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. All right, so then New York City Inspector Walter Cobb gets a mysterious phone call from a man calling himself Simon, who claims responsibility for the bomb and demands that suspended officer John McClane will have to play a game as Simon says, otherwise another bomb will go off. As you cut to one of the best action hero intros ever with a balding and super hungover John McClane slouched over in the back of his police van trying to not throw up.
I love how shitty, like, he can act like as a shitty human being. It's like, how are the kids, John? They're okay.
Yeah. Have you talked to Holly? Man, mind your goddamn business about Holly.
Yeah. I honestly think that was method acting.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was just
was
going on in his
legitimately
life.
hungover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was just like, they found Bruce Willis in a bar and the director was just like, hey, roll on this. This is the opening scene.
I just love the look of disappointment on all the other cops' faces when they introduce McClane and they're just staring at him.
Yes.
They're like, we are
Yeah.
so fucked.
This piece of shit. They're literally looking at a human pile of shit.
I know.
All of them. You can see it on their faces. Oh, God.
Well, one of the cops says it too because he smells. They're like, beers are usually taken in internally, John. But I also like that he looks like shit, but he's like a balding hungover, like a little extra weight on. Bruce Willis looks so much better than like the Mr. Clean, like bald head, skinny Bruce Willis now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
infinitely better. Now Bruce Willis wears too many triangle scarves, like he just served in Iraq or something. It doesn't make any sense to me. I did laugh, though, when Nazi Simon started talking. Like, I actually laughed far too hard because I thought it sounded just like, what's his face on the last podcast, like Henry Zabrowski, like acting out an ironic voice.
Yeah.
Hello, this is Simon. Guten Tag. What the fuck?
And then you're also introduced to Zeus, the bitter Harlem electronics store owner, played by Sam Jackson, who sees McClane stripped down to his underwear across the street, wearing a sign that's safe to say offends the demographic population of Harlem.
Yeah.
Can't say what he said on that sign.
Nope.
It was definitely made in 95.
Oh, yes. So they also CGI'd this. He was just walking around with nothing on that board in real life.
That's good.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to do that. Yeah, so McClane gets jumped, but Zeus takes his gun and carjacks a taxi cab to escape their deaths. Back at the station, you have this shrink given the complete opposite diagnosis of Simon when you meet the super excited bomb squad Bumblebutt Charlie, who demonstrates that this bomb material is no joke.
I love this guy.
He's
I love this guy. Spoiler alert, he's my favorite guy.
Yeah, same.
He is without question my favorite. He's just like, oh, here's a grenade. Bow! Hey, everybody. Charlie's here. I also like how they're like, these are binary liquids. It's like one liquid, this is a liquid, and this is another liquid. And when you combine them, it's something different. It's like, yeah, that's how mixing things works.
It's called a solution.
Yeah.
Come on.
I was like,
I
I
know
don't think
he's-
this is technology. This is new technology.
But he is. I want to have one day at work where I have as much fun as he clearly does every day.
Oh my god, this guy loves his job.
I mean, it's just
Oh,
like, this is so cool, guys. This is so cool. Such high-tech stuff.
So excited.
Also, this must have been the basically the inspiration for Vertical Limit, where they're running around with nitroglycerin, and it's like, oh, I got nitroglycerin on my shoe. Throw the shoe. It blows up the mountain. Like that. Like a little pinprick of this stuff can blow up a chair when he
Right.
throws that
Yeah.
little piece of it out of the door.
Yeah, but it won't later on. It won't destroy the actual like foundation of New York City when it gets blown up underground.
Yeah, no.
It's totally fine.
No, it was Godzilla proofed back in the 80s. Like we knew.
That's true. All right, fast forward to McClane and Zeus getting their first riddle from Simon on a public payphone where they don't answer the question in the allowed amount of time. Oh my god, the bomb in the trash is gonna blow! But it's a false alarm, and the real game will involve the guys traveling 90 blocks in 30 minutes to remove a bomb from a train before it arrives at the Wall Street station.
I like how the weapon that Simon uses is just essentially embarrassment a lot of the time. He's
Yes.
like, I'm going to humiliate you. It's very German.
I love that all of Simon's riddles go over McClane's hungover head at first. It's
Yeah.
like his immediate response to after Simon says a riddle is, nice, it rhymes.
I do love too the little shot, like after they think that the trash can's going to explode, they're on the ground, and you just see the phone hanging, just hearing this is very German, just like.
Well, the thing also you got the other thing of like when they're talking about the three guys and a wife or whatever the fuck it is, three wives, and then Sam Jackson goes, "I forgot about the man. The guy and his wives aren't going anywhere." And McClane goes, "What are they doing?" Like he's just so out of it at first.
He's so hungover, but also, let's be realistic. All this stuff's going over McClane's head if he was sober.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Thank God Zeus is there.
Yes.
Also, just like the German humor is hilarious. It's just like that's exactly what that's probably like a fucking like a kid's joke in Germany. It's like you thought you were going to die and you didn't.
Also, there's something about Germans, at least in the movies, they're always so proud that they're figuring out like some kind of American, like, idiom or, colloquialism or something like that, where it's either like, that's a bingo, like in Inglourious Bastards. And here it's just like, oh, I get to play the Simon Says game. I'm so happy.
I got a couple other ones later on that they do too, which are pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah. So in order to save some time, McClane steals their second cab of the day and drives through Central Park, nearly killing everyone in the way. I mean, this scene's also another one, though. It's just making me laugh out loud because, I think what Sam Jackson says, something like, "Are you aiming at these people, McClane?" And then he goes, "Of course not." Well, maybe that mime. As he's driving. And then just like the icing on the cake is just like you get the other cop's point of view, and he sees McClane driving on the sidewalk, like just destroying several restaurant tables and glass, just going up like 15 feet up in the air.
Yeah, I like you just see the top of the cab just zigzagging through something, and there's just like newspapers flying up and shit.
I know. Tables just like exploding.
Well,
People
there goes
screaming.
John.
Yep. The guy just shakes his head. He's like, "Ah, Jesus."
Oh, God damn it.
All right, so McClane jumps on top of this train from a sidewalk air vent and finds the bomb while Zeus has a tense standoff with this shaky subway cop that ends with Simon detonating the bomb as you get a massive explosion in the Wall Street subway.
Most unrealistic scene in this whole movie. That cop would have shot him dead in a millisecond.
My God. A black man yelling at a rich Wall Street guy? Come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
That alone.
Well, and on Wall Street, too. That was the thing, is they were on fucking Wall Street. Yeah, it's sad.
Yeah, very true. So have you guys seen The Incredibles, the first movie?
Oh,
No.
forever ago, but
Okay, so they reenact this scene in that movie with the same like shaky cop, and they like break into some bank by accident, and Sam Jackson's character, he can turn things to ice. So he's near like one of the water bubblers, and he just goes, instead of being like I have to answer that phone, he goes, "I just want a glass of water." And the cop's just like, "Get your hand away from the water! Get your hand away from the water!" It's like,
Wow.
"I just want a sip of water." Yeah. Nice little callback. All right.
yeah, that's an allegory for the times, isn't it?
After this, the FBI delivers the bombshell news that Simon is Hans Gruber's brother. Oh, shit.
Bam.
Gruber.
I kind of like how that's a bombshell. It's kind of like, yeah, they're both German. I mean, let's be realistic. It's kind of not out of left field.
No.
That's coming from like second base.
I also like that they keep on referring to the first movie as the LA thing. That's what they keep on calling it.
Right.
That's what they would say in New York. I mean, that's how men speak to one another. You know the thing, like it's not mobsters like in the movies. It's everybody. You know the thing about the guy over there. You know the LA thing. Oh, you mean the LA thing about the other guy? Oh yeah, the other guy. Yeah, that guy. The thing. Yeah, the thing. That's it.
Yep.
I don't know. It's almost like there are languages in the world that are built like that, where contextually you will know exactly what they're talking about, but that is not English. I don't know how to communicate.
All right, so while they're in the van with the FBI, Simon calls in saying that he planted a bomb in one of the city's schools, and McClane and Zeus will have to play another one of his games to identify which school it is. So the cops scramble around like little ants while the camera pans up to a nearby rooftop where you see old Simon Gruber, played by Jeremy Irons for the first time, who mysteriously says, "They bought it. Now we can begin."
Killer sunglasses too.
Oh yeah,
dude, I had that written down too, man. Gruber's glasses are balling out of fucking control.
Like, he's really
balling
fitting
out of
in. He's really
control.
fitting into New York. You know what I mean? He's just walking around. Everyone's like, "Oh, that must be like some art dealer or something like that."
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, dude, and just such blonde and such passion. See the passion.
Oh,
passion.
wait till the end of the movie. The passion.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the passion that comes from growing hair tentacles out of the back of your head, and suit jackets with far too many buttons. Michael Jackson liked fastening accessories like zippers, and he did horrible things to children. So let your passion guide you away from such things. Tim, take off your socks slowly and kiss me. Okay, I just blacked out. What did I miss? Sorry.
Yeah. I'll just get a number 3, please. Thank you.
Okay, number 3 coming up.
Yeah, the only thing Irons is missing is like a soul patch that goes like below his chin. Just like hanging off his upper lip. It's a different color.
And just long enough so it blows in the wind. I hate
Yeah.
those soul patches that move with the air. That's not good.
Oh,
That is
God.
not good. You are not an Eastern mystic kung fu master. No.
Yeah, it's a face tie flapping in the wind.
A face tie.
In general, soul patches. I would say that 99% of people with soul patches are pedophiles.
So also, Irons says hook, line, and sinker. So John and Tim, you guys both being fishing boys, would you agree that this is an underused fishing idiom?
I
Definitely
would say
underused.
I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah. Especially if you're catfishing.
Yeah.
Mm.
They
Definitely.
take it every single time.
And I also like the way he says it. He goes hook, line, and sinker.
Sinker.
It's like that one line there like took up half the movie. Like, he took so many beats in between the words.
It's almost like he forgot his lines.
Well, it's also that the movie's been going on for an hour now, and you haven't seen his face, so he's trying to make up for lost time.
Yeah. Oh, by
So
the way,
that's
it's like not even
that's
halfway
actually-
over.
Exactly. When I was fuming and being very happy at the same time and confused emotionally about watching this movie, because it was so late, and just hitting that hour mark and be like, oh my god, I'm only halfway. Ow!
Yep. Yeah, I mean, so also just all the logic of this movie is just thrown out the window the moment that they introduce Jeremy Irons.
Yeah.
I mean, the first half of this movie is pretty perfect, but the screenwriter said that the first half of the movie was his original script, and then they had to change the second half
Why
So-
did they have to change it?
because it was originally a different movie. Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, it was actually originally the script for Lost in Space.
I thought it was the original script for Showgirls.
That too.
Huh. So the
So-
explosion in the beginning, that they actually had to fit that in for Showgirls, because at the beginning of Showgirls it was supposed to open up with an individual climaxing. So they flipped that out with an exploding car. I think
Yeah.
they did a good job, a good switch.
I think that worked well in Showgirls, from what I remember.
Definitely.
Simon says, "Take your clothes off," and then you just get the action title
Yeah.
and fire just says "Showgirls." An hour and 15 minutes into the movie. You're like, wait a
Simon
minute, what the fuck
says-
is this?
Yeah.
Take off your socks.
Simon says, "Ruin your career, frumpy girl from Saved by the Bell." Okay, I can do that.
All right.
Do you want
Let
me
me
to
ask
shake
you.
my flat ass on camera and then never get a job again?
Yes. This is for my brother.
Let me ask you, have you ever licked a toenail before? That's German sex right there. Very
Oh, yeah.
specific.
In the
Oh, yeah.
discos. Yep. All right. Yeah. Going back to all the logic being thrown out the window. So first off, all the cops leave, and then 14 random dump trucks just show up immediately with Simon talking in this shitty Texas accent, saying that they're there to clean up all the bomb debris, and that dummy detective Ricky says, "Man, you guys are quick."
Honestly, fucking idiot. Like, anyone who lives in a big city knows that it would have taken 18 years to get one stone removed from that bomb site. The bureaucracy is strong, especially in New York. An overzealous city engineer? That's fucking ridiculous.
It took 10 years to get the rubble out of the Trade Center.
I know. It's that guy's literally like sitting in a chair with a half-eaten meatball sub on his stomach, sleep. That's what a city engineer is.
But also, this guy Ricky is the same one who mentioned in the beginning of the movie that 14 dump trucks were stolen.
What a moron.
My fucking
idiot. And it's like, also, isn't this a crime scene? Like, you can't just have them show up and just start removing stuff.
Oh, yeah, I know. We're going to try and get it all cleaned up. That's a good idea, yeah.
Okay. Let me show you where all the rubble is.
Yeah. Hey, you guys want to see something cool? The Federal Reserve's over here.
Hey, yeah, hold on. Let me get into this hole so nobody else can see it. Hold on. Follow me down these holes.
Yeah.
It's real dark down here. You can shoot me here.
Back up? No, you guys seem trustworthy.
What's your name? You don't understand
Hans?
what I'm saying? That's fine. All right, so they kill Ricky while Simon and his crew invade the Federal Reserve like it was Germany in April of 1945 by drilling into the vaults from the subway and killing all the guards and disabling the alarms from the inside, disguised as Swedish bankers.
I love the dumb banker in the scene. Heavens to Betsy, if anyone knew. What a good scene. What a good line. What a good scene.
Well, everybody behind him is just getting murdered.
Yeah.
Getting their necks snapped.
I know.
Yep.
Wait a minute.
Oh, not again.
Oh,
like
geez.
that guy goes home and his wife is getting like railed in the shower by the tennis instructor. And he walks in and he's like, "What you doing in there, honey?" And she's like, I'm just loofing.
Oh,
Okay.
I thought you said he was going to be gone by 4.
Oh, just exploring the mysteries of the East, honey. Don't worry.
All right, so then we get another Simon Says in the park with McClane and Zeus solving this SAT math question where they have a 3 and a 5-gallon jug of water. They have 5 minutes to fill one of the jugs on the scale with exactly 4 gallons of water. I still don't know how to do this.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't make any sense to me either, unless there were measuring ticks on the side of the bottles.
No, you fill up, but you have a 5-gallon bucket, so you fill that all the way up, and then you take what's in the 5-gallon bucket and use that to fill the 3-gallon bucket all the way up, and then if you know the 3-gallon bucket's filled all the way up, then you have 3 gallons, and then what's remaining in the 5-gallon bucket is 1, so
no,
it's 4.
There's 2 left though because it's a 5-gallon. And you poured 3 in, so there's 2 left. See
Listen,
what I mean?
Max, I don't want to debate arithmetic here.
Well,
we have to get into manufacturing standards. So when in bottling plants, how much empty space do they leave in these gallon bottles or these 5-gallon bottles and 3-gallon bottles? Like, we don't know what a full bottle is. Is it all the way up to where the cap would be, just below the neck, just by the point where it starts to curve up?
It's true. I guess a screenwriter had this as like an exam question years ago, and it just stuck with him. I think he just hated that question. He's like, "Fuck this stupid question." He put it in the movie.
Yeah. So Tim, I think that in an academic setting, that it's a valid problem. I think in a practical setting, we're just too confused of a culture to understand exactly how much liquid we're going to be filling up a bottle with, whether or not it goes all the way to the top or not all the way to the top.
Well, I need to figure this out. So you guys continue.
So,
I'm probably going to drop off for like 20 minutes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll check you later.
Yeah. Kidding.
Yeah. All right. Well, whatever. Just move on. So, yeah. By the way, too, McClane. So he was off screen. I went back and checked it. He was off screen for 15 minutes during while Simon was doing all that bank stuff, which is weird for a Die Hard movie to not have John McClane in it for 15 minutes.
Mm.
Like, usually never leave his sight in these movies. But after the water jug thing, McClane stops this rat-faced newsy kid who says, "Oh, the cops into something. It's like Christmas out here. You could rob City Hall."
That
Fuck
looked like
that
the
kid.
kid from Karate Kid. Yeah, no, fuck that kid. Exactly. Was that
Ugh.
him or something?
No.
It looked just like him. Or
No.
all little Italian kids in New York look like that and
He-
talk like that.
Yeah, he just looks like a fucking rat-faced Italian kid from New York.
Yeah. I thought he was in like Mighty Ducks.
Ah, that could be it.
Yeah. I think he
I
was in
hated
like
his
Mighty
teeth.
Ducks or something. I
his
hated
teeth.
that kid in general.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Little shithead. I like that McClane steals his bike and then he goes like, "Hey, you took my bike," and McClane goes, "Yeah, it's Christmas." He just rides away.
That's the beauty of New York. Even though it's an absolute shithole, the give and take there is pretty fantastic.
Oh yeah. Yeah, McClane. You can see they're starting to put two and two together as it realizes that Wall Street doesn't have any schools, but they do have a lot of money. Oh my God, it's not a trap, but it's a decoy.
Ah!
Bam, bam, bam.
Half the goddamn city just called 911.
Could you these people who planned this whole thing? I mean, there is thousands of steps involved in this. Like, kudos to them. I would have given up on step 2.
I'm too hungover
Really?
for
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
I'm going back to Jersey. Fuck it. All right. So yeah, McClane stuck in the Federal Reserve elevator with the Aryan national basketball team, where he notices that one of Simon's men is wearing Ricky's badge. So McClane, being old McClane, improvises a story about lotto tickets while murdering everyone at the same time.
Yeah. Also, how bad are these super, like, and we haven't spoken about this, like the super mercenary, like Black Ops, like ex-East German military motherfucker that is Mr. Gerber. Or, you know, they're all trained to be able to infiltrate American targets and so on and speak perfect English, but they can't get down basic sayings.
I know.
Really?
That's yeah. That was the
Or
other
at
one I was
least stay
talking
away
about.
from them. Like, just stay away from colloquialisms. Like, just don't go near them. Oh yes, it rains like dogs and cats. Like, nope, wrong.
I know.
It rains like bees and boards.
Yeah, it's like,
What?
It's raining like daisies and dogs.
and if there's
you got the
one thing
translation
that
wrong,
you
buddy.
will learn, never, ever, ever confuse American English with English English. Don't do it. If you call it a lift, guess what? You're getting fucking deported.
Yep.
Trump's all over your ass. I don't know. We don't believe in it, but he's going to. It's
And
bad.
if you're gonna count to 3 with your hands, make sure you use your thumb.
Oh jeez.
Oh, God,
This
I'm working with a lot
is
of-
the German tree.
I'm working with a lot of British people on this project of mine, and it's really annoying. Like the way they say deluge, like deluge. What the fuck is a deluge? Or aluminium? It's aluminum. You fucking weirdos.
Mobile instead of
yeah.
mobile.
Car
Yeah.
park. They always say car park. It's a fucking garage. Where the fuck are you from?
What?
Go back to
There's
fucking England, you limey bastards.
yeah, and why would it be called a car park? There's not nearly enough space for the cars to run around.
Exactly. It's
Like,
a good
I don't
point,
get it.
John.
Yeah.
Right?
How can the cars can't recreate if they're in those tiny little spaces?
And also, why is an elevator a lift when lifting means it goes upwards, but elevators also go down?
Yeah, it's a good point.
But it also
There's a
that
reason
an
that we
elevator means
want-
elevate, so that doesn't really make sense for ours either.
Fuck. Well, fuck you, Max, you fucking pinko bastard. You just go, yeah, why don't you move to California? You're bleeding heart liberal bullshit.
You and your
Yeah.
stupid land derivatives. Fuck you. All right. So now it's really starting to make sense as Zeus and McClane realize that the Germans stole all the gold and they put them into the 14 dump trucks. So they chase after the trucks after stealing their 3rd and 4th cars of the day.
So, question relating to when we got off the gold standard. We got off the gold standard like well before 95, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh,
this is
yeah,
like
yeah.
just the premise in general is sort of wrong.
I think it's just,
It's a
but
little
it's more
odd.
like it's an international thing, right? It's not just.
Well, it's the Federal Reserve, though. That's the thing. I mean, I
Yeah.
guess if it was lending for foreign actors,
say
then that
that.
would make sense.
And that's why he was acting like a
Yeah, okay.
Swede, because he was saying that it's like, oh, we have a lot of countries come here for our like he doesn't really he doesn't know what to say.
Yeah, he's like, our gold.
Yeah, I guess is that how business works? We give you gold.
Golden things?
You give us paper, we give you gold, right? Okay.
We can't certify that all of this gold is conflict free. A lot of it showed up from Switzerland in the year like 1954. It was a little odd. We don't ask questions.
I also like though when Zeus asks the fourth dude that they jack the car from. He's like, "Hey, who's the 21st president? Go fuck yourself."
Yeah, go fuck yourself, don't. Gold bar. It's like, dude, that guy was pissed. Oh, well, we didn't even talk about that. Samuel L. Jackson, being the only real motherfucker in the entire movie, finds a gold bar, and he's like, guess what? I'm keeping it, as all of us would.
Oh, that's my gold.
This is my motherfucking gold. And then they get out, and he's like, oh, shit, yeah, that was my gold. He's like, nah, it's okay. You just made his day.
Dang, this is heavy.
Also, why does the rich guy, who's clearly rich and wealthy, he get to find a gold bar?
I know. Yeah, that's how it works.
That's shitty. It should have just been some normal dude or dudette.
Yeah, but he didn't have a car phone, which they needed.
Ooh.
So they had the jacket from the rich guy.
John, I have a bone to pick with you here. Dudette.
Yeah.
Women can't be trusted with money. Okay. Like, if they got gold, I mean, think about that. Think about what would have happened.
I know.
If they got that bar of gold.
It's 1995. They had just been allowed to start voting and reading.
I know.
Yeah.
It was a sad year.
Max, pull the plug. We're done.
A lot of changes were happened in 95, right before Hillary Clinton became the president, which is what they kind of mentioned in this movie, which is weird.
Yeah, that was a little odd.
Did they know.
It was lost on me. Yeah.
They make a Hillary and a Trump reference in this movie.
Oh, yeah. Yo, I'm Rich. I'm marrying Donald Trump. Yeah. No one wants to. Come on.
That joke was definitely, that joke would not have played well in today's times, obviously, but mainly because we now know Donald Trump is a flaming racist.
Well, I got a little thing for that later for our segment of things that wouldn't hold up today from 1995.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So then Jerry, the Rain Man truck driver, takes McClane to the aqueducts where McClane kills some of the bad guys. And then Jerry solves their riddle and tells them that the 21st president was Chester A. Arthur.
Yeah, that's like Dustin Hoffman. If like Dustin Hoffman was a truck driver from the Bronx.
Just going through a full tour.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, though. My favorite character is Jerry, dude. I fucking love Jerry.
Jerry's great.
I really do. Jerry's fucking awesome. And it's also like one of those cool things, like only in like a crazy ass northeastern city could you meet people every day that just know some serious shit. And you're like, whoa, all right. And then you'll never meet him again.
They do a good job of that in this movie since they really opened it up for this third movie, as all the other diehards are just like contained small areas during the nighttime. And this is like broad daylight in the entire city. So you get introduced to a lot of quirky, interesting characters, which I really liked. Just because New York is just so big.
Well, I mean, that's why, like, as we said, like Men in Black had to have taken place in New York. There's no other place it would have worked, It's
for sure. Yeah. All right. So at this point, McClane and Zeus split up to save time. And I guess this was their original plan to have McClane get sniped at Yankee Stadium?
Yeah, I think they were like
Well, Zeus goes to the Yankee Stadium. They split up, and they had the sniper on Zeus, and Simon says no because I think it's just because he's an innocent civilian.
This is something that I didn't necessarily get. I think their plan was like they were gonna have Zeus and McClane play the game, get to Yankee Stadium, get shot. Like the game essentially has no bearing on. Like all it is just a part of their plan. Yeah, it's a distraction. It's a part of their plan, and then they're just gonna kill off them.
Well, not even that, because they didn't even originally. Zeus wasn't even part of the plan. It was going to be just McClane. Right. So I think that was the thing. It's like, let's just divert everybody, move all the cops to a different part of town, get McClane in the Bronx, and then kill him at the stadium, and then we'll just be able to leave. Nobody will even notice.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. All right. Well, then you get this action scene that ends with McClane exploding out of a water vent after Simon blows up the aqueduct.
He climaxed out of a water vent. Say it right. That was the city releasing some stress. Yeah. Also, when they're talking about this aqueduct, and I guess Jerry's explaining it to him, he's like, "Yeah, it goes up to the Catskills. Where we get all of our water from." He's like, "What? What do you mean? I don't understand." Like, every New Yorker should know that they have the best fucking water on the planet.
Yeah. Well, I mean, McClane knows how to get through 90 blocks in 30 minutes. He knows the city that well, but he doesn't know where they get their water from.
Yeah, come on. It's
I
a
don't think
fucking modern miracle.
I don't think it's that. I think he doesn't even know where the Catskills are. He's like, Catskills? What?
That's a good point.
The cats don't have skills.
What
The
are you talking
cats.
about? Just
No,
going back to the
Catskills.
raining thing. The cats and dogs.
Yeah.
Oh, silly bitch. Tricks are for kids.
Zeus is just in the corner being like, oh, God.
I hate white people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seeing all that angry water running at you, though, is pretty horrifying. When he's driving away from just the violent
Angry
rush of water. He's, oh no, oh no, oh no.
I've never heard of angry water before.
It's so angry.
I don't know why that's so funny.
Angry water, otherwise known as diarrhea.
Yeah, well, there's that.
Angry water.
Yeah, no pleasure is derived from that shit. Nope.
I like how they make this out to be like the water like is moving slow enough that like if there's a fucking if this is fed from like some fucking reservoir way up in the Catskills, like that water is moving quick. He's not gonna have time to fucking like Tokyo drift a fucking dump truck. Like he's just gonna be
50
dead.
miles an hour underground.
Yeah.
No, I mean that dump truck weighs at least 20,000 pounds without anything in it. There's no fucking way.
No, and it has all the gold in it too.
Yeah.
Because
fuck.
Simon says that. He's like, could I convince you to take $14 trillion worth of gold instead? Instead of going after me. Also, Tim, that the foreman that tells McClane about where to go, he's the same dude from that the Law and Order SVU episode who's the FBI guy. From The Wire.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Same dude. Yep. All right. After this, they get into a rainy shootout where they steal their 5th car of the day. Then on the bridge, they see Simon's trucks on a nearby tanker, and they gracefully sneak on with 0 issues whatsoever.
No, they nailed it. Completely nailed it.
Yeah. In reality, they use these cables from the 5th car that they stole, and they try to ninja climb down from the bridge, but then one of the bad guys sees them immediately. He's about to fire, and then he gets cut in half by the cables because the stolen truck just flies into the ocean.
Although the best kill of the movie, though, is the poorly used horizontal striped shirt soldier getting cut in half by a metal cord. That was a solid fucking 8 on the metal meter. That was awesome. Yeah. I was like, yeah!
And McClane's like, get his feet because he's just cut in half.
It's also like a satisfying thing. Like they don't even really focus on it too much. Like everyone's already like, McClane and, Zeus, they made it down and like you just see it in the background, like the you just like cut this guy in half. Like,
oh my God. That was hilarious. That was fucking hilarious.
It's amazing. The whole thing's great.
Yeah. It was almost like claymation. It almost looked like claymation.
Yeah.
Because he's like, he goes up in the air so slowly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then on the boat, Zeus thinks he's going to be the hero by killing Simon, not realizing that he has a safety on. So he fails and is then captured.
I would blame most of that on McClane. Hey, like Zeus was like, so what do I do? He's like, you cock that back and you pull the trigger. And he's like, that's it? I'm like, that's it. Okay, sounds good.
Cool. You didn't tell me about the safety.
Yeah, exactly. That's mostly McClane's fault.
Now, Gruber, though, cool as a fucking cucumber, though. That was one of the
not a cucumber, John.
I've ever seen.
A banana, because he's eating a banana with one hand.
That is true. That is true. But he just grabs the gun. Oh, it's because the safety. Bam! Just shoots him without even like barely even lifting the gun. I always like those kinds of scenes with people who can like effortlessly just wield a gun like that. Where it's like, oh, let me take a bite of this banana. Bam! Oh yeah, it's because of that.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
He has the banana in one hand. He like then eats the rest of the banana, takes the gun, and he goes, all right, you forgot the safety. Here you go, I show you. And he just fixes safety and then shoots him. He goes, there you go, much better.
Yeah, much better.
So meanwhile, at the elementary school, it's Bomb Squad Bumblebutt Charlie time. It's time for Charlie to shine as he accepts his death to save several Harlem children's lives. With the bomb about to go off,
What does he keep saying? No guts,
No
no
guts, no
glory.
glory.
Yeah, no guts, no glory. No guts, no
Oh my
glory.
God.
Yeah.
You get
That's
plenty
like
of
what
guts,
I would
Shirley, and you're
say-
not going to get any glory.
Dude, he gets all the glory with that pancake syrup. He just opens his mouth and just starts taking it.
Yeah.
Pancake syrup.
I mean, he took it like a dirty little boy too.
He did. Yeah, but Simon he put the bomb on the tanker, and he used the school bomb threat as a distraction for the cops, as we already know.
I am a soldier. I am not as a monster.
Not the monster. Yeah.
Guten Tag.
Yeah, meanwhile, McClane somehow beats up this 7-foot-tall German, and then he falls for Simon's trap, and he's also captured.
Yeah, am I the only one that thought that like it was so the scene cut away from McClane getting beaten up by that German guy, and McClane was getting the shit kicked out of him.
Oh, yeah.
And
covered
the
in
scene
blood.
cut back, and then the scene cut back, and McClane was beating him with a chain. So I was
Oh,
kind of like, yeah, I
He
was
tripped
like,
him up with he
With the chains.
let the chain go.
Oh,
and it,
okay,
like,
okay.
knocks him
I
down.
must have
and
missed
then
that.
Yeah. It happened really fast. I know what you're talking about. Like all of a sudden McClane he crawls away. He grabs like the thing that's holding the chain down, pulls it out, the chain snaps back, knocks the guy over, and suddenly they switch to a whole nother scene. And then they come back. Yeah.
Well, they
and
keep
he's
on
beating the shit out of him.
Yeah, they keep on juxtaposing it with the school. That's why you don't really know what's happening. Because it's like
Yeah, I
it's like 2
yeah.
minutes at the school, 30 seconds back on the
It's a
boat,
little weird.
another 3 minutes at the school, 15 seconds at the boat. It's like, all right, come on, guys, just pick one. You don't have to do
That
both.
that detective who like saved all the kids is the hero of this movie.
Oh,
Lambert, my boy.
yeah.
Lambert. Graham Greene is the actor, dude. This motherfucker knows what is up all day, every day. I got a hunch about him. Throughout the entire movie, he's the one solid rock. Like the main commissioner is like, oh, I didn't wax my mustache today. But this is the guy who's like, no, I'm going in. I'm going to save the kids. No, McClane's full of shit, but he's a good cop. Like, it's just he's the only one who knows what the fuck's going on. He's putting in the work. He's the worker.
And he's the one who runs to save the kids, too, when they see that the other kids are locked in still. Doesn't even hesitate. It's like, give me the keys!
The janitor, perfect Randall Cunningham to Randy Moss throw.
I know.
Turns out the keys don't even need them.
Don't need them. That's
Yeah,
why you
just
got a
kick
gun
the
and a
fucking door.
foot.
Yeah.
It's a glass
He
door.
played one of the inmates on death row in the Green Mile, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting. Also,
Yeah.
in the background, you can see Jerry in the background too, at the school, because McClane told him to go there. To, get.
Oh yeah,
you can
Yeah,
see him
yeah,
there.
Yeah.
All right, so
I
yeah,
like Jerry.
Jerry's great. So it looks like Simon outsmarted everyone as he plays a pre-recorded speech about blowing up the economies of the world and escapes on a boat with all the gold, leaving McClane and Zeus cuffed to the bomb. And it looks like this is all over for them.
I mean, someone had to know that this wasn't true. They're going to blow it up in Long Island Sound. That gold's going to be found in 2 days, tops.
Yep.
It's not like he's not blowing it up in like fucking, some 1,000-foot deep crevasse off of fucking Greenland.
Yeah.
It's like he's blowing it up in front of Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Guess what? They have divers. Lots of them.
Yeah.
Very true. Let's see what else. Yeah, and then you get you get the line like your brother was an asshole. He goes, yeah, he was, wasn't he? You got his number, huh? Yeah.
Yeah. Did I say it right? Huh? Oh.
You got his number.
Good.
Guten Tag.
I do like the level of respect that Simon and McClane have for each other once they finally meet each other face to face. Like Simon, they pick
Yeah.
McClane up. He's like, oh, be careful, not too hard. It's like he's been trying to kill him the entire movie.
It is interesting. I mean, I think that they could both bond over hatred of the brother. So, because he was an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine this is something that would happen with my brother.
All those years of the Sound
Yeah.
of Music, you fuck.
All right. And then, but then McClane, he rips a stitching out of his shoulder, and Zeus is able to pick the lock as the boys escape from the boat just in the nick of time, and explosion.
Big old
So
explosion.
a boat like that, blowing up next to you.
Yeah.
I don't think you're gonna be alive. Even if you're in the water, if you jump in the water, like there's gonna be a pressure wave, there's gonna be steel just like falling on you. I mean, you're still gonna die.
There's like millions of pounds of shrapnel. That's a decoy for the gold. That's gonna go airborne and hit you underwater.
Right.
Also,
It's like,
large vessels like that sinking will suck you down with them.
Yeah,
that's a
Pressure.
great point, John.
Yeah.
Yep.
like the Titanic. Whammy. All right.
Oh, I love how a little bit of nudity early on in the life can actually help learn historical events and make you care about them.
So the movie wraps up with McClane calling his estranged wife for the bad guys winning it from once, and it looks like we're going to have an awesome sequel. Wait, what's that? There's another 15 minutes left in this movie, and none of it makes sense?
Jesus.
Okay.
Jesus.
So the movie could have become an instant cliffhanger classic like The Empire Strikes Back, but instead we have a sex scene with Jeremy Irons still wearing a woman's tank top with that East German 1980s new wave haircut.
Yeah! I mean, that's the solid. Like, that's exactly what I saw when I saw her coming in, except she's the one with the strap on, and guess who's taking it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, she's
That's
got the
right,
dick.
Gruber. Oh, yeah. And it's great. Also, I do have an issue with her, though, in that random, like, very elaborate, long, drawn-out way to kill one of the original, like, bank
boyfriend.
guards at the beginning of the
Yeah.
movie. Yeah, it's what the fuck? Why? Why do we even need to do this? What?
Oh yeah, that scene. Yeah, the like the 45-pound overweight guard who's he has a shotgun and he's just randomly shooting at the wall.
Yeah.
He's going,
Yeah.
ah, fuck me, fuck me, fuck me.
Yeah. And she
Just gets
comes up
fucking-
with like a freaking ice hook and just like like stabs him like 25 times, and then Gruber comes up, grabs her, and is like, "We will fuck later."
Yeah, I don't understand why they had to like establish her as a samurai. It never came back in the movie.
Well,
You know what I mean? Like it was just sort of like an anecdote that just had no bearing in the movie.
nope.
And then
Yeah,
back in like the fucking the shipping like dock that they're at, and then they weren't making fuck me eyes. They were making murder me eyes. Like they were like that coitus was 100% going to end in a snuff film like ending. Like they were looking across the room at each other like, I'm going to stab you in the heart. Like it was not, I'm going to fuck you so hard.
No, I mean, I legitimately think that she probably thought about like biting a chunk out of his shoulder. I mean, as we see, once the sex scene starts, it's immediately like, I mean, I don't even know, like, kung fuck, like just, and then they just like,
Kung fuck.
and then they go down.
Dude, you got to make that into a porno, John. Kung
Oh my
fuck.
God.
I mean,
I know, and you can
Jesus.
do CUMG with an apostrophe. Kung fuck.
Yeah.
And it's-
no, I'm working on a remake. It's called The O-Ring Strikes Back Part 3.
Oh man, well I'm gonna take this one then. I'm gonna use the nunchucks. Just gonna be a double dildo. Boom.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we're gonna have some fun.
And then you get into Star Wars, Darth Maul, and he's just got two red dicks on the other end of his pole. Just zung, 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 zung.
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
All right, yeah. So instead, this is the real ending. Real ending's a real dud. Super rushed. So let me just do the same thing. So now you're in Canada, and McLean, Zeus, and the Mounties cockblock Simon, who's able to put on a new pair of clothes very quickly, jump into this helicopter, start shooting at people. That eventually ends with McLean shooting out some power lines, and Simon's helicopter then explodes. And McLean calls his wife, and the movie ends. There you go.
Yeah, it's that
Yep.
fast. It never needed
That's
to
it.
happen.
It's
Also,
so
why
bad.
was McClane and Samuel L. Jackson inside of a helicopter anyway?
Why is Sam Jackson
Why did they need
there?
to be in the helicopter?
You forgot to mention though, Max, too, that racism was solved because now McLean and Zeus are friends.
They are. And they've had 2 movies since then, and they have not mentioned him once.
No, seriously, hilarious.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
biggest shame that they didn't have Sam Jackson come back.
He's so good in everything.
He's so good in this. I know.
Ugh.
Yep, but that's the movie. So, I mean, you got an hour and 45 minutes of like just awesome 90s action, and then the last 15 is just kind of a dud. But what are you going to do?
Yeah.
All right.
It's fucking, yeah, it's fine.
Should we get into the stuff you didn't ever see again today?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, so now it's time for our popular and limited segment called, I think, stuff in a 1995 movie that you would never see today. I feel like we can work on that title, but...
Yeah, we'll work on that one.
But I mean, easiest to say would be the phone booths, right?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, I feel like phone booths are really just there for people to pass, like, transmissible diseases to one another these days. That's their only purpose.
Yeah. It's to get a $25 blowjob.
Well, it's basically that. Either that or to get into the Ministry of Magic. I mean, it just depends what direction you're going.
Or that.
But
yeah.
That's their only purpose. Once again, indestructible taxi cabs. I'm guessing they were all still steel framed back then.
Yeah. Do you have any, Tim?
I kind of did mine before.
All right, that's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, then the other, another shining one is just a non-political Donald Trump reference.
Oh, yeah.
All three of us are 31 years old. Like, I think we're probably the youngest age group that grew up with, like, Donald Trump in rap songs and pop culture and, having, like, positive references to him about his wealth. It's a little bit different now.
Just a tad bit. Once again, I still remember being very confused as a child when my parents were trying to explain to me that Donald Trump is rich, but he's in a lot of debt and he doesn't actually have any money. He just has really good credit. And that
like
still doesn't make sense to me. And that's, I grew up already being confused with the American version of capitalism. It's like, what? Why? Why do I need a credit card? I don't understand.
Yeah.
Let's see what else could have been in this shit. Well, not necessarily something that you wouldn't have had to worry about, but Samuel L. Jackson would have not been able to, after at some point in the 90s, been able to actually jump over the subway station, little ticket stations, Because now it's all in every station in New York, it's all caged up, so you can't jump over them anymore.
It's probably from this movie.
Yeah.
So
anyway,
if that happens, then the station's going to explode. Another one too is dummy. What's his name? The detective that gets killed when Simon and like the cleanup crew are going into the subway. He says something like, "Yeah, you guys probably did the World Trade Center too. You know what kind of mess that was." It's like I can't.
Oh my God.
Can't say that today.
Nope. Nobody talks about the first bomb. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's do some casting what ifs.
Oh Jesus.
So the director's first choice to play Simon was Sean Connery.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess it wouldn't have been terrible.
Yeah.
But
well,
he's better.
I mean,
it's like The Rock. He's better as the movie The Rock. He's better as a hero than a villain, I think.
And that's why he turned it down. He's like, I don't want to play a villain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we know he's a villain because he hits women. So we understand that. But yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that sex scene would have been completely different. Oh boy.
Smack.
We would have been able to see what it was like when he had sex with Indy's girlfriend, the German. That would be great.
Yeah.
I mean, and you get a smack, and you get a smack. Everyone gets a smack.
Simon Says.
My condoms are made of tweed.
I mean, very distinct voices. It just wouldn't have really worked the same though. When he's just going like Simon Says, like, what the fuck is this guy saying? This guy's supposed to be German? Yes, I'm German.
There can only be one. Penis, that is.
I think the reason for that, though, is McTiernan had made The Hunt for Red October, and then some movie called The Medicine Man with Connery. He had done 2 movies in a row with him.
I don't want to see anything with Sean Connery called The Medicine Man. I think I know which one you're talking about. He's like a researcher in the Amazon or something.
Yeah, and he's got a long
like
ponytail.
A cure for cancer. Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched that on a sick day in like middle school.
Yep. Oh boy.
On like TNT. It was probably going for 6 hours.
Lawrence Fishburne was the first choice for Zeus, but Bruce Willis wanted Sam Jackson.
Fishburne?
Yeah,
Yeah.
really. Lawrence Fishburne would have been great too, but I'm very happy Sam Jackson was in it.
Me too. I feel like he would have just been the character from Boys in the Hood. It would have been a different role.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just, how are we going to stop the German machines? You know, like, I don't.
I know kung fu. Keanu, what are you doing here?
Yeah, holy shit.
So Fishburne also turned down the role of Jules in Pulp Fiction, which went to Sam Jackson.
Wow. Lawrence Fishburne made some terrible career choices, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, Bruce Willis wanted Jackson, and Sam Jackson also said that he watched Die Hard like 30 times. Like he was a big fan of the movies. So like he wanted to be in it. So I guess that works out. And then also, let's see, Jeremy Irons he replaced David Thewlis as Simon. So Thewlis is Lupin in the Harry Potter movies. Yeah.
Oh.
Huh. Better job there. Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Yep. All right. Now let's get into a little bit of trivia here. So the director, McTiernan, admitted that he was way off on the amount of trucks it would take to steal all the gold out of the Federal Reserve, because in the movie they had 14 trucks, but in reality it would take about 500.
Whoa.
And probably like teams of like hundreds of people to load it.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
McTiernan turned down an offer to direct Batman Forever to do this movie.
Good choice on his part.
Yep. Also would have completely... I mean, I would have loved to have seen a John McTiernan Batman movie in the 90s. Like...
Chill.
I'm
chill.
I know, like the whole Schumacher thing... The Schumacher thing never would have happened. It would have been completely different franchise. Yeah. Anyway.
I fucking hated that. I think Arnold Schwarzenegger should go to jail for 6 months for that role.
That's Batman and Robin. Batman Forever is the one with Tommy Lee Jones. No, Batman Forever is Tommy Lee Jones and Jim Carrey.
Oh.
And Val Kilmer.
Ooh. Oh, yeah. See, I didn't watch that one basically because that was just too creepy.
It's also from the year 1995.
Oh, was that when they did the song where it's like,
Kiss by a Rose? Yeah. Yep.
Like that.
Yep.
That was
Banger.
Good. That was really good. That was a great track.
Oh, yeah. I love that.
Can we change the theme song to that one?
Just do Kiss by a Rose by Seal instead.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh,
dude.
yeah. It's badass.
Fuck yeah, man.
This is the first Die Hard movie where John wasn't saving anyone in his family, and he's fighting criminals in his own jurisdiction. This is actually the only movie that might do that.
The second movie was the shitty one at the airport, right?
Yeah, it's at Dulles.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Fucking Dulles. Yeah, I wish Dulles actually blew up. I fucking hate that airport so much.
They're weird ass, like, transportable, wherever the fuck those things are. Never mind.
Oh, they're like the little trams? Yeah, they look like something out of Star Wars. I remember being super hyped about them as a kid. I was like, they look like Star Wars shit. And so like my father would call them something out of Star Wars. I don't remember what it was. And I was like, yeah! And then I got old and I realized how valuable time is.
It's something like out of like in Avatar that they would use to like cut down trees and shit. It's
yeah.
Oh,
no, they also kind of look like that and the fucking never mind. Let's just keep going.
Okay. The first kill in this movie took over an hour.
What?
Well, yeah. I mean, someone obviously died in the explosion.
Yeah, but I think also though it's before the store was open.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, Simon doesn't kill a whole lot of people. I mean, he kills a couple of the guards and like one cop, but that's it. I think their kill count is like 10 for the movie.
We're to believe that a fucking car bomb going off in Midtown Manhattan in the first 30 seconds of the movie didn't kill anybody?
I don't think so.
Huh. Wow, he's good.
Well, at least he didn't see anybody get shot.
Jeez. Imagine if the IRA had been that accurate. It wouldn't have been that big of a deal. He'd still have trash cans in London.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess there is a total of 73 kills, I think, by John McClane in this movie, though. McClane kills 73 people in this movie.
Fantastic.
Wait, no. Fuck no. Now I'm on a different website. That's total. It's only 13 for this one. Damn it.
Oh, okay. It's like, shit, that's like Scarface level of dead of bodies, dude.
I know.
Shit.
Oh, that's too bad. Okay, never mind.
Let's just go with it. He killed 73 people in this
Sure,
movie. You just
why
don't
not?
see it. Yeah.
All right, and then lastly, the screenwriter was held and detained by the FBI because he detailed the Federal Reserve in New York City perfectly in his script, and they wanted to know why.
How did he know?
So he knew partially from a New York Times article, and then he also just called the bank, and they let him in.
Really?
Yeah, he's like, they told me. That's what he told them.
That's so
Hilarious.
Funny. So,
Yeah.
didn't you say he had something to do with the Hunt for Red October, or we were just talking about Sean Connery?
That was John McTiernan doing the movie with Connery. Yeah, this is the screenwriter.
Oh, so it's a screenwriter. So that's really interesting because Tom Clancy got in a little bit of trouble with the U.S. military and FBI for the original book that the movie was based off of because his description of U.S. submarines was too accurate. Same thing. And they were like, hey, buddy, you got to water that down.
Yeah.
Like, really, you really got it. That's interesting.
Though.
Sorry, just
No,
cool
it's all
shit.
good. Okay, time for questions. Real quick, the box office game. How much did this movie cost and how much did it make?
I think it cost $20 million to make, and it made $300 million.
I'm going to go with $42 million, Max. And it made $150 million.
150 million, huh? Top movie in the world, 150 million.
I don't understand time. I don't understand inflation.
I'm still trying to figure out that jug thing.
Exchange. Yeah, the jug thing. That's what I'm really focused on right now. I'm gonna go with 420, Max.
Okay. All right. Well, it cost 90 million. It made 366.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
Well, I was pretty close to the
grossing
top
part.
one.
Yeah, pretty close there. Yeah. All right. Who is your favorite and least favorite in this?
My least favorite is Hilda, whatever her fucking name is. Just because, like, she came onto the screen and immediately every man in the theater was already intimidated. Like, there was no reason to make it that crazy. She's my least favorite. My favorite, once again, Jerry, my buddy Jerry. Oof, man, some of that street knowledge. Oh yeah. Well, see, at this point, I don't even remember what the president's name was. Arthur. No.
Chester A. Arthur.
Yeah, Chester
A. Arthur.
Arthur.
Say that again. That's great. Your accent comes out so much. Say that again.
Chester A. Arthur. I can't even do it. Chester A. Arthur.
Chester.
Fucking wicked piss of horse cock, dude.
The A's for awesome.
So that's me.
Yeah.
My favorite character. So I'm sorry, I'm blanking on the bomb tech's name.
Charlie.
Charlie. Favorite's Charlie, without question. And I'm gonna say my least favorite is Holly. My least favorite's Holly. Give John, you gotta accept John for who he is, okay? Yep. Or else you just gotta walk away. Holly's cock teasing John all the time, and it's just really, it's not a good look. I blame Holly 100% for their marital problems.
Yeah, give him an 80th chance. Come on, Holly.
Yeah. What a bitch.
Yeah. My favorite is gonna be John McClane. It's because this is the last Die Hard movie where Bruce Willis was still trying. He's great in this movie. I love Bruce Willis in this movie. He's so good. And then my least favorite is not having Carl Winslow in this movie.
Yeah, you got to have Carl Winslow in the movie. Yep. He's got to be like retired from the LAPD and he's in New York on vacation.
Yeah.
And then he gets caught up with
the guy.
He's at the M&M store in Times Square the whole movie, just eating M&Ms.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Wow. Wait, New York is a lot crazier than LA. Oh.
Is that real gold or is it like that chocolate candy gold? Which one is it?
There's only one of them I'm interested in.
Just, you know which one I want.
Yeah. Hint, it's not the real gold.
I don't want that real gold. Give me that chocolate gold.
I don't have to give any of the junk food to the missus anymore. We had the baby. It's all me.
Just how IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes have their own rating systems, we decided to make our own. So what would you rate this one?
I'll give this one 4 gallons of angry water out of the splitting hangover that I actually have. Again.
It's in memory of this movie. You gotta
in memory.
You're
of this
going
movie,
method.
You know, sometimes you just gotta going method commentary.
I'm going to give this movie 15 minutes of basically just seagull sounds that you're gonna have in this one again. As I listen to them fucking cranking outside.
I can hear it too.
Yeah. Over lovable Charlie.
They agree.
I'm going to kill those fuckers. Over lovable Charlie and his certain death not from a bomb, but from diabetes.
You definitely got that.
Yeah, I'll give this 1 seagull sandwich for Charlie out of 5 stolen cars. 5 stolen cars getting just tidal waved by angry water.
Angry water. So, what kind of syrup did he say that it was again that the bomb was made out of?
Pancake
like the
syrup.
Pancake syrup?
No, that color is reserved for like IHOP when they put out like their super gushy raspberry syrup. Like, that's not actual syrup color.
I know. That would have been even funnier, especially since it's Charlie. He's like, wait a minute. I know what this is. This is the 4th of July Grand Slam breakfast pancake syrup. It's only for a limited time only.
Oh, that's funny.
Anything else you guys want to cover before we get into social media stuff?
No, I'm good, man. We can get into it.
All right, so now it's time for our social media corner. So take it away, John.
All right, well, let's discuss the socials and the current state of the jelly on my toast. Really, so got some special thank yous. Scott, dude, you made Max's year with that fucking mug, man.
Yeah.
Last time he got a mug, he had to wait in line. Huh?
So I'm looking at it right now.
You're looking at it?
Yep.
Oh, I mean, and it's nice too because Max, the last time that you received a mug, you had to wait in line for like 90 minutes to get a cup of coffee at my wedding, and you got a free mug out of that one. So this was definitely a step up. So you made his month, Scott. Really, it's very sweet. Chris, thanks for reaching out with the kind words. Lucky to have you, my man. And definitely play Ghost of Tsushima. Ignore the DM that I sent you back. I was a little bit loaded. It's a little bit too nice. Usually I'm a bigger asshole. April, you found us on Instagram. You got us. Anyways, as always, follow our shit on the twit. We got at HM Popcorn Pod and the Instagram at holdmypopcorn_podcast. Check us out. Tell us how much you hate us. You love us, how much you want to hurt us, how much you want to talk to us, if you want to visit, you want to send us free shit, or tell us how we're doing. Just do something. Don't just sit there. People are letting us know what's going on. Talk to us.
Also, April corrected me too on the Horsemen of the Apocalypse. It was 4. It's not 3.
Oh, yeah, it's the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse. All right. Thanks, lady. Good job. Stay on top of our shit. But really, since there's so many people actually making it this far on the show for a change, I need to ask the listeners for some advice. How do I clean my sneakers? Go. Anyways, love us, write us, tell us about the show, rate us on the podcasting apps, whatever you got. We're on everything. Get out there. Send us some love. Send us some hate. We love y'all so much. But with that, deuces, fuckers.
Yeah. Timmy, anything?
I was just gonna say that along the lines with reaching out, like John said, if any of our listeners want to know where John or Max live, just reach out to me, and I'll just give you their address.
Well, luckily I'm surrounded by fire from 3 directions, so I'll be ready for anyone coming at me. I know where you're coming from.
Yeah, and I got lots of guns, so come at me.
Come at me, bro.
Come at me, bro. All right, well, that's our show. We've also gotten a few movie requests, and we're listening, so keep them coming. And we'll be back next week with another movie from 1995.
Bye.
Bye.
Deuces, fuckers.